Hey, good afternoon, my dearly beloved. Today we're talking about transforming your marriage with simple acts of love and service. Sometimes in the heat of the fire in your marriage, it's hard to take stock of what you can do to change things. What's wrong and what's wrong with your relationship can be totally overwhelming. I get that. You are always only one shift away from a breakthrough. Let me ask you this. Is there something specific you could do right now that would make your life worse? Of course, like telling off your boss or robbing a bank. No matter how bad things are, you can always screw them up worse. Now, doesn't it make sense that there's something specific you could do to improve your marriage? Of course there is. I remember in the struggles in my marriage, my wife and I were on the crazy cycle. One day I was struggling with how she was treating me in response to me treating her maybe. And I thought, no matter what she does, I'm in charge of me. If someone drives by and flips me off, I don't have to react to them. I can wave. I want to encourage you, never let where your spouse isn't determine where you are. So here's the 5 steps. Step number 1, take your marriage off the throne. So many times people have their marriage as the sole focus of their life. And honestly, guys, where focus goes, energy flows. And marriage is the most important human relationship. But letting it take over your whole life actually becomes idolatry. God wants to be number 1 in your life, and He deserves to be number 1. Realize that you're here first and foremost for the kingdom. In Matthew 6:33, it says this, "Seek ye first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you." And my dear beloved brother, my dear beloved sister, that really what you think in your own mind. In Romans 12:2 it says, "Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind." And this is so important because we think all of our life is just this relationship. And honestly, if you just take one step back, you can see the whole perspective and you're like, hey, there's so much more going on here. Okay? So number 1 is put God on the throne. Take your marriage off the throne of your life. Put God number 1 in your life. Okay, number 2, determine to be and do your best. When we were really struggling, my wife and I gave up trying to do anything except being the best me. And honestly, we put so much time and energy and focus into our spouse. And let me tell you, when you feel like somebody's doing that to you, they're putting you under the magnifying glass, it doesn't feel good. Don't do that to your spouse. Quit keeping score. Just show up to love and serve. Take the focus off of them and put it on the Lord and look at yourself in the mirror. That's going to make so much difference for you. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, pray for blessing on your spouse. Here's the thing, my dearly beloved. It is so easy to let what's going on around us change our heart. Okay? When we are struggling, it's so easy to blame the closest person to me. It must be their fault, right? Isn't that right, ladies? I don't feel good. It must be his fault. No. Own your own feelings, emotions, and your own success. My life, my feeling, my results are my responsibility. And the thing is, when I'm willing to do this, when I'm willing to own my part, and I'm willing to pray for blessing on my spouse, it totally changes the relationship. So most couples are actually running their relationship backwards. And what they do is they take and they take and they take until they feel like they're full enough that they can give back. Well, the problem is you bankrupt your spouse because you're taking from, imagine going to the fridge and you open the fridge and there's nothing in there. You're just like, where's my food? That's how most couples feel. And when you realize this is what's happening, you put the Lord back on the throne and you decide, you know what, I'm going to be the best me. That was 1 and number 2. And now number 3 is, you know what, I'm going to pray for blessing on them. I'm going to quit reacting to them. I'm going to pray for blessing. What that does, when you pray for someone and you have gratitude for them and you have sympathy for them and you have empathy for them, it changes your heart posture. And my dearly beloved, the number 1 key to changing human relationships is goodwill. It's liking your spouse and seeking to meet their needs. When you honestly like your spouse, you can get somewhere. But if you don't like them, they feel that. So own up, grow up, show up. Okay, so number 4, do good to them before you feel like it. Feelings come and go. I remember hearing Bob Lepine talk about the tingles. I love the tingles. We all love the tingles. But honestly, the tingles come and go in marriage. If you only do what you feel like doing, your marriage is going to be a train wreck. Imagine if you did that in your work life. Oh, I don't feel like going to work today. I'm going to go fishing. You would get a pink slip. You would get fired. Imagine if you decided, I'm not going to work on my diet anymore unless I feel like it. You might weigh 300 pounds. No, we don't live like that. But somehow, for some reason, because we're using self-centered worldly wisdom, we run our marriages like that. And it just doesn't work. It never did, but now we know better. So do good to them before you feel like it. Step number 5, listen with your heart. Honestly, ask your husband or wife for feedback. Ask them, hey babe, what could I do to love you better this week? Like, get ready, because they might share something. If you could do better, and who of us can't, be honest and say, I'll work on it. One of the most powerful things you can do with your wife, my dear beloved brother, is when she shares something, especially if it's negative, do this. Say, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'll work on it. That's it. You don't have to say you were bad. You don't have to say she's right and you're wrong. Just say, thanks for bringing that to my attention. I'll work on it. You can pay me later. Be honest, you guys. None of us is perfect. Okay? None of us. At the root of every single problem, the only reason we fight is because our feelings are hurt. That's Proverbs 13:10. Only by pride cometh contention. And if you'll listen with your heart, so often people just feel like they're in the pit. They're so far down they can't see any way out. Okay? And I get that. And if you're there, start doing these 5 things. Okay? And what I want you to do, number 5, is listen with your heart. Get that feedback. It shows. Number 1, it shows. I'm in a sense of humility. I don't have it all figured out. When you won't listen to your spouse, it hurts their feelings. I know of relationships that totally sank because the one spouse is just like, you're so lucky to have me. Gag a maggot. There's no appreciation. That just doesn't work. Listen with your heart. You make an opportunity for them to be open. Hey babe, I want to be a better husband. What could I do to love you better this week? For a woman to say to her husband, this is gold, ladies, because many guys feel disrespected. And if you'll go to him and you say, babe, I want to be the best wife I can be. What could I do to serve you better? Ladies, get ready for it, because that's gonna change your marriage right there. So subscribe, give us a like, write a comment, give us a follow for more great content. My dream is to transform the institution of marriage so every man feels respected and every woman feels loved. I want to help you make your marriage a passionate marriage paradise. My name is Matthew, Ambassador of Hope, and I'm here for you. Let's do it for him.